stories. And let's go to the Saints making a quarterback move mid-game, Adam. What's the latest there?
Well, after the game, the Saints head coach Kellen Moore said he would have a decision early this week about who would be the starting quarterback moving forward. They benched Spencer Rattler during the game yesterday. Tyler Shuck, the rookie quarterback, came on and was inconsistent at best. And now the Saints have to figure out who will quarterback this team moving forward as they try to get their team back on track here in the coming days. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski said he plans to stick with Dillon Gabriel after the Browns bye this week as the team's starting quarterback. Shedeur Sanders was the third quarterback on Sunday, inactive due to a back injury that he was added to the injury report on Saturday. We'll see if Shedeur gets a chance at some point in time, but for now the job does belong to Dillon Gabriel. And of course, the big story yesterday was Cam Scatterbo, the Giants' outstanding rookie running back, going down here on this play. His foot was turned the wrong way. He dislocated his ankle. He underwent surgery today. He's out for the season, and he becomes the second Giants offensive weapon to be lost to a season-ending injury. Everybody remembers Malik Neighbors going down early in the season with a torn ACL. Now Scatterbo's gone with a dislocated ankle, and the Giants now have to move forward without two significant offensive weapons.
Yeah, you just hate it for especially those young guys that have been exciting to watch in so many different ways. Let's go back to that game and exactly what happened against the Eagles as we pick it up there. Of course, the Eagles are without A.J. Brown, who's dealing with a hamstring injury, but fortunately, they got Saquon Barkley, okay? And notably this year, maybe he hasn't had as big of numbers, right? But first quarter, second play of the game, he changes that here. 65-yard touchdown.
Yeah, this one looked like the Rams one in the playoffs last year, where he just bursts through a hole, cuts backside, and it's a safety that takes an angle that we're all like, what are you doing? But it's an impossible angle to take.
Okay, this is big. Giants there tied at 7. Eagles with 4th and 1 in the Giants 11. Tush push happening. Kayvon Thibodeau rips the ball away. Hurts recovers it. The officials rule it an Eagles first down. Anybody got a quick take on this? We're going to talk more about it.
Crap is the kick.
Okay, that's
They're lucky this game wasn't close.
Yeah, right. Okay, 2 plays later, second and goal. Hurts finds Barkley for the 9-yard touchdown. Barkley's second touchdown of the game. Eagles retake the lead 14-7. Fourth quarter, Eagles now leading 24-13. 2nd and 8 on the Giants 17. Hurts rolling out right, finds Dallas Goedert for the 17-yard touchdown. It's his second of the game. The Eagles extend the lead 31-13. Later in the fourth, same score. Eagles 3rd and 6. The Giants 40. Hurts a deep pass. Dotson. That's it for Dotson, okay? 40-yard touchdown. Hurts ends up with 4 passing touchdowns. The Eagles win 38-20, and Barkley dominated his former team, rushing for 150 yards, including that 65-yard touchdown that you just saw. 4 catches and another touchdown. It's his 3rd career game with 150 rushing yards, a rushing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown. That ties Jim Brown for 3rd most in NFL history. He's 1 shy of Marshall Faulk and Priest Holmes for the record. Feels like he's going to be able to get that at some point, the way he's playing, especially if they can continue this. Marcus, why the big offensive output from Philly yesterday?
Explosive plays in the run game. And that's what Saquon had the phenomenal year last year, but a lot of those were 40, 50, 60-yard runs in games where you just eventually knew that it was coming. So you get a semblance of that from him, and Tank Bigsby came in and did a phenomenal job out of the backfield as well. And the Giants weren't a team that just gives up a lot of rush yards either. So there's a lot to be said for what they were able to do in the run game. So here's my little brief thing on the Eagles, right? So I'm a parent, you a parent, we all parents up here.
So.
Peter, you're a parent too, right? Like, you're going to have a bad kid if you have multiple children. Like, one of your kids are going to be
just
bad.
playing the odds?
Yeah, statistics say.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, like,
I only have one. He's an angel.
we just have to accept that Philly is that bad child. Right? But they super talented. And things usually work out for them. So it's like, bro, just don't kill yourself.
Parenting technique? I don't know.
Like, that's who they are.
Okay.
We keep trying to, like, make them this buttoned up, go to class on time early. They not. They super talented, and teachers are going to give them leeway.
I mean, I feel like I have 5 kids here today in addition to my 2 at home. So I'm not going to try gentle parenting with any of you either.
Who's the bad child?
That one.
Okay, well, I don't know anything about parenting bad children. Mine is the perfect angel. But I'm told that when you do, you should be adaptable. And I think the Eagles coaches deserve a ton of credit.
Yes, they do.
This was Kevin Patullo's best game of the season. So balanced. They beat them in so many different ways, but just to focus on the run game, I mean, this was a rushing attack that before the bye was only 30% under center, was mostly an outside zone-based run game, and in this game, they completely flipped that, over 60% under center. About tripled their use of duo, by the way, in this game, including on the big play, which from a game plan perspective made a ton of sense. You want to get condensed and then make the Giants DBs tackle. You have an advantage there. But I also think it plays to Saquon Barkley's skills, getting downhill. He is so explosive in that manner, and it feels like they've landed on something that finally works in the run game.
I also think if you look at the issues that were hurting this offense in the first 6 weeks or so, it was so many negative plays.
Yeah.
And candidly, the tight ends were just not good blocking in the run game. And to MK's point, like, what they've done the past 2 weeks is, one, they've put him under center. Okay. Two, they've gone into way more play action pass. And three, they've worked the middle of the field. And so to everyone's point, crediting Kevin Patullo is a big deal. That long touchdown, Romina, this is that duo. My thing has been this: just get the run started.
Yeah.
Like, all those negatives were hurting this football team. He gets to the line of scrimmage, finally. And then the vision, the speed, the strength, the burst becomes a much bigger deal. They ran duo so many more times yesterday, and I think it's helping the interior part of their guards and also not having the tight ends at the point of attack. The second thing that we've seen the last 2 weeks is the under-center play action. Mina, you were talking about it, also the timing element of the pass game. They did not do that in the first couple weeks of the season. That's got to become an identity of their offense.
I find maybe the identity question to be the most frustrating if you're an Eagles fan. What's their identity? That's what we always talk about. What's their identity? Well, last week they threw for 330 yards against the best pass defense in the league. This week they run for 270 yards. What's the Tupac song? How do you want it? Mm-hmm. How do you want it? That's what it is. We're going to give it to you in a bunch of different ways. It doesn't have to be we're a run team or a pass team. They do it both really well. And to Nick Sirianni's credit,
But they weren't.
That's fair, but they are now.
Totally.
And like
100%.
to Nick Sirianni's point, like 60 wins. The guy's got the third most in Eagles history with Dick Vermeil right now. They find a way each week, and they've now beaten the Giants, the Buccaneers, they've beaten the Rams, they've beaten the Chiefs, like beaten the Cowboys. They're sitting in a pretty good spot despite all of our hysteria over the Eagles.
They go and win the Super Bowl last year. Obviously, we should give them benefit of the doubt. They're having a lot of success.
Yep.
This also was the same team we saw start a phenomenal season and fall off a cliff.
They were 10-1.
And got into the playoffs and got blasted by Tampa Bay. And exactly, like, they made a different change.
And those changes that you guys are referencing, I mean, the 7 touchdown passes.
Sorry,
there we go. I like that one.
Good, yeah.
7 touchdown passes in the last 2 weeks, leads the NFL, his most in a 2-game span in his career. So the changes are working. NFL Primetime with Boomer and Booger only on ESPN+. Highlights, breakdowns of every game available Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So you can watch anytime you want on the all-new ESPN app. Adam Schefter back in here with us with some top stories.
Run it.
We got more coming up. Hey,